Good evening. It gives me great pleasure to welcome all of our guests here today. From students to faculty to family, I welcome you. Today is a day of great celebration. For some, it is also an equally emotionally charged day. Today, we gather to witness the penning of novice teachers into the field of education. Albany State believes inducting new teachers into the profession with mentoring support is vital to the success of beginning teachers. Therefore, this program systematically inducts new teachers into the profession each fall and spring semester through the penning ceremony. This tradition aims to provide novice teachers with support, encouragement, and resources as they begin their careers. This moment signifies the passing of the torch, which encourages young educators to be authentic, compassionate, and available for their future students. I would like to welcome you to Albany State University's Educator Preparation Program penning ceremony. You are welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you.
Good evening. To all of you in the audience, our new graduates of Albany State University, new teachers in the profession, parents, grandparents, spouses, children, relatives, friends, faculty, staff, and administrators. ASU is unsinkable and indestructible. We all stand strong together, and we will remain an immovable force in education for years to come. On behalf of the President of Albany State University, Madam Marion Ross Frederick, and the Dean of the College of Business, Education, and Professional Studies, Dr. Alicia Jackson, I would like to thank you for attending this memorable occasion, one which should be celebrated to the highest. At this ceremony, the Spring 2021 Penning, P-E-N, Professionals Embracing Novices, you will be penned by your mentor, who is agreeing to provide professional support to you throughout your career. You will also have the support of this mentor and your entire ASU family. You have chosen a career in education. It is a most rewarding career, financially, socially, and professionally. You touch the lives of children. All children will need you for something. Some will need your academic strength, others will need you as a mentor, but all of them will need your love and care. You entrusted us to prepare you to be the best educators. At this point, you have succeeded. Congratulations. You have passed the courses, you have passed the gates, and because you have gotten to this point right now, we have also succeeded. We are family now. As you will not forget us, Dr. Metlock, Dr. DeQueer, Dr. Poe, Dr. Medlin, Dr. Owusa Ansa, Dr. Jenkins, Dr. Kadee, Dr. Stafford, Mrs. Jefferson, and Mrs. Fleming. We will never forget you. So in the words of Nelson Mandela, education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. Graduates, go forth and change the world. Greetings.
Good evening, everyone. I will be reading a poem. The poem is entitled Teacher. It takes a special person to teach a child in class, to keep his attention in a world that moves so fast, to show a child he is unique with talents deep inside, to help to build his confidence so he can beam with pride, to show a little patience for a child who's lost his way, to a child who feels abandoned, who has seen better days, to inspire and to motivate so a child can learn and grow, to go into this big wide world that has its highs and lows. You are a special person, you always give your best, and for every child who has your class, their lives are truly blessed.
Good evening, everyone. Mr. Levincy Vince Grace is a native of Albany, Georgia, when he received his formal education in the Daugherty County school system. Being the product of a single mother who worked tirelessly to provide him with the necessary life tools and skills he needed to be successful, he always knew in the back of his mind that somehow becoming an educator could be his way to assist people due to the fact that it's educators who impact the minds of young adolescents. Therefore, he decided to study to become one of those beacons that spark the flame in the lives of students for them to excel to higher heights and become productive citizens in their respective communities. During the fall of 1994, Levins enrolled at Albany State University, where he continued to study and earn a total of 3 degrees. His first degree was received in 1999, which was a Bachelor of Arts degree in sociology. During the spring of 2003, he completed his Master's of Education degree in school counseling. His third degree received was in fall of 2007, an educational specialist degree in educational leadership and administration. Levins is presently enrolled at Nova Southeastern University, where he is currently pursuing a doctoral degree in curriculum and instruction. Levins actively attends Mount Zion Baptist Church, where Dr. Daniel Simmons is his pastor, where has been involved with several community service organizations such as the Mount Zion Praise Team, Girls Incorporated Board of Trustees, the Anchorage Board, the Albany YMCA Board, Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, and King Solomon Lounge, number 14, Prince Hall Mason. Levins is presented in his third year as a principal of the premier Turner Elementary School, located here in Albany, Georgia. He is married to a beautiful young lady, LaToya William Grace, whom he shares a 23-year-old son with that is presented a student at Albany State University.
Good evening. Good evening. Can we talk today? Good evening. I'm a talker. If anybody knows me, I have a loud mouth and I love to run it. And so if any teacher works for me, she knows that I like to talk, and my parents know that I like to talk. And so I want to give honor to the big man up above for. It's him that I'm here today. I also want to give honor to Dr. Medlock for asking me this to come and speak today. I don't consider myself a speaker, but I can talk. And so when she said, all right, now I need you to do this right here, I said, okay, I'll do it. I don't like to do it, but I'll do it. And so I told my wife about it, and she said, okay, now, when you get up there to speak, make sure you talk slow, because I'm a very, very fast talker. So once again, I'm very, very grateful for the opportunity to be here to talk to you guys as future educators. I would like to start off with a poem. It's called Teachers by Kevin Williams Huff. It says, teachers, paint their minds and guide their thoughts. Share their achievements and advise their faults. Inspire a love of knowledge and truth as you light the path which leads our youth. For our future brightens to each lesson you teach, each smile you lengthen, each goal you help reach. For the dawn of each poet, each philosopher and king begins with a teacher and the wisdom they bring. Once again, I want to say congratulations as you complete this journey on to being an educator. So let me give you my little background. And so as you guys go to impart knowledge into students, you have to have a why. Why do you do this? Why did you want to become a teacher? Why are you trying to impact the lives of others? And so if you heard in my bio when she said that I was a product of a single parent, so I was raised by my mother and my grandmother. I'm from here in Albany, Georgia. If you guys know where the Civic Center is located, it's like a golf course now. There was a project back there. This is where Washington Home Projects is where I grew up at. And so it was kind of rough growing up, not in the home, but just the neighborhood that we lived in. But that's what my parents could afford at that time. And so I knew that I had I didn't want to live like that for the rest of my life. And so I know that I had to do things to put things in place so that therefore I can do that. And I knew that through education I could do that. And so I met some great people, and during my matriculation in school, I came to know a lot of good people. And so it was a teacher that pulled me up under her wing to make me do what I do. And so, like I said, you have to have your why. Every day you walk into a building, you are going to embark upon somebody's child, somebody's niece, somebody's grandchild, somebody's nephew, somebody's friend. And so as an educator, you have to push forward to make sure that you're doing all that you can to impact that child. So you have to have a why. Every day is not going to be peaches and cream. This is year number 20 for me. I've been a paraprofessional, I have done a graduation coach, I've been a school counselor, I've been assistant principal, and now I'm presently a principal. And so through all of those jobs, I have learned that it is education that can get you over the hump. I know it sounds cliche, but it is education that can really get you over the hump. So make sure you know your why. Also, not only with your why, you got to have a passion for this right here. You cannot go into a building every single day just because it's a job. You have to love exactly what you do. When you talk to kids, when you talk to parents, when you talk to grandparents, when you talk to guardians, because a lot of our children are being raised by so many different people. So you have to make sure that you have a passion for education. It's more than just teaching the standards. Okay, the standards, you have to teach the standards, but you have to impact those kids. And they are looking up to you. So everything you do, they are watching. How you move, how you operate, whatever you do. My kids know what I drive. If I wear the same pair of shoes in 1 week, they can tell me. So I'm telling you, you have to make sure that this is a passion. I like to dress up. If anybody that knows me, I love to dress up. And so my kids always tell me, Mr. Grace, you got that drip. You got that drip. And so I'm a little older, so I'm like, drip? What is drip? And it's like, Mr. Grace, that means you hip. That means you be sharp. I said, really? So yes, so those kids, y'all, they watch every single thing you do. If you're having a bad day, they can tell it. If you got into it with a coworker, they can tell it. So please make sure that as you embark upon this journey into education, make sure it's a passion. Make sure that you're going to teach regardless of who made you feel some type of way. Everyday life happens. Some mornings you get up, you may be late. You may go out to your car, you may have a flat tire. You never know. Your spouse may have made you upset that morning. If you have children, y'all know how children are. They probably didn't get ready as fast. But you still have to go into that building and make sure that you do what you do because it's a love for the children. I cannot reiterate that enough. You have got to make sure that you have a passion to do what you do as an educator. Also, I'm going to give you a couple of tips for being an effective teacher. Not only do you have to have a passion, you got to know how to control the children. Okay? Because if you can't control them, you can't teach them. If anybody in education, I know you guys are on campus, you learn a lot of theories here, which are great, but when you get to the student teaching and those experiences, when you come out to the school to do the observations, you have to make sure that you have great classroom management, okay? It's, like I said, if you can't control them, you cannot teach them. Also, I tell everybody to make sure you get you a mentor. I have a mentor by the name of Miss Sandra Parker. I met her when I first became a graduation coach in Lee County, Georgia, maybe about 10, 12 years ago. And when I met her, she pulled me up under her wings and she said, look, when you walk in this building every day, you better not tell anybody anything personal going on with you. You come here, you do what you're supposed to do, and when at the end of the day, you get in your car and you go home. You need you a mentor, someone who's going to tell you some things that you don't want to hear and tell you some things that you do want to hear. You need someone to encourage you along the way because this journey, it can get lonely sometimes. But if you have a passion, you know how to control kids, you can make it happen. And also, get you a teacher in the building who's going to also, it's usually a veteran teacher. Get somebody who can say, hey, listen, I need some help. If you need help, say, I need help. A lot of schools now are having instructional coaches. When I first started education, it was just the principal and the assistant principal. So now, we've gotten a little advanced. Now, we have instructional coaches and all these different people, these different jobs and leadership coaches and these things of that nature there. Y'all take full advantage of those people. Those people are in place to give you that assistance that you need, okay? So I always tell people in my building is I don't want everybody to remain a teacher. If you have goals to move on, please get you a mentor. Get you someone who's going to help you get to that next level. Also, make sure you respect leadership, okay? You may get to a school that you may not agree with everything that the administration says. But guess what? If you go in and you follow exactly what they ask you to do, I guarantee you it will be okay. I make decisions all the time. I try my best to make decisions in the best interest of everyone. But I have some people that don't like some of the decisions that I make. And I'm okay with being challenged, but it's a way that you do that. You come to me and you say, hey, Ms. Grace, have you thought about this? And it may be something that I have not thought about. And I'm one of those leaders, if I'm wrong, I can say that I'm wrong. So in your journey, if you are wrong, say, my bad, I made a mistake. I am wrong. I guarantee you, it'll work out in the end. Also, when you're in a school building, understand that the decision that a principal may make, sometimes as teachers, because I know I was there before, I said, now, if I was a principal, he don't know what he's talking about. He needs to talk to me. You have to be open to suggestions. You have to be open to hear what others have to say. So please make sure, if you go into a building, please make sure you respect the principal, those people in place, because they are put there for a reason. Also, enjoy the journey. Enjoy the journey. Every day is not going to be peaches and cream, but when you're doing it with the passion, with the classroom management, with your why, I guarantee you will love, 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 love your journey. Also, let me put a little disclaimer out there. Listen, if anybody's looking for a teaching job, I am hiring for some teachers. So Dr. Metlock, I already know. I've already emailed her. So if you're looking for a job, I have a great new teacher here that's coming with me next year. So if you know of anybody who needs a job, y'all let them know that I'm hiring. But again, like I said, that's what you do. You make a network of friends because things changes, your life changes, marriages happen, pregnancies happen, death happen. So make sure you keep a community of people because sometimes you have to move. And change is not always bad. So I tell people at my school all the time, listen, if Turner Elementary School is not the place for you, you let me know and I can help you get where you want to be. But you do that by you creating a good relationship and a good rapport, not only with the teachers, but with the students, with the parents, and we can help you get where you want to go. And so like Dr. Metlock and these other wonderful ladies and gentlemen that's on the staff, y'all, they are here for a reason. Reach back and help somebody. Once you get along the way, reach back. I challenge you guys to reach back and help somebody along the way because this journey is a tedious journey. So again, I told I wasn't going to stand up here long. I was going to just say a couple words. But as educators, please, please, please make sure that this is heart. Make sure you are doing this from your heart. It cannot be a job. This past year of the pandemic, I'd been a principal before. I can do education with my eyes closed, but I've never been a principal during a pandemic. And so we had a lot of challenges with teachers having to teach virtually, face-to-face, a lot of things that were going on. We had teachers that was testing positive for COVID, so we just had a lot of things going on. But through it all, as a family, as colleagues, as co-workers, we got through it. So continue to do what you do. Continue to have the passion for children. It is about the kids, okay? It is about the students. You have to put your personal agendas on the side and do what's in the best interest of children. Once again, I want to thank you guys so much for listening to me. Like I said, I'm not a speaker. I just get up here and I just talk. I told Dr. Metlock when she asked me, I said, I'll talk now. But I'm not a speaker. I did not plan out a whole lot of things to talk about. But I do want to tell you is to continue to move forward. Do not stop at your undergrad degree. Continue to move forward with your master's degree, your specialist degree, your doctoral degree, because those will help you in your career as you matriculate through a school. Once again, thank you so much for the opportunity, and enjoy your graduation.
On behalf of myself, my fellow classmates, and the entire education department, we would like to show our appreciation and present this special award. Thank you for sharing with us this evening.
Good evening. An understanding heart is everything in a teacher and cannot be esteemed highly enough. One looks back with appreciation to the brilliant teachers, but with gratitude to those who touched our human feeling. And that's from Carl Jung, psychologist. I've been tasked with thanking Dr. Patricia Jenkins for her service to the School of Education. Unfortunately, she's not with us right now. She was mentoring her niece who is in town, which sounds a lot like Dr. Jenkins. But many of you who are graduating know that her heart is that of a teacher. She cares for her students immensely, and we are thankful for the service that she's given us while she's been here. Thank you.
Hello, another person that we would like to give our deepest and greatest gratitude is Dr. Linda Perry Simpson. For the past 10 years, she has worked tirelessly on the Waycross campus with many of the ASU students, helping to prepare them in the practicum classes, as well as helping to prepare them to help pass GACE. We want to say a big thanks to Dr. Linda Perry Simpson from the Waycross campus. She worked over 10 years and has done a marvelous job. Thank you.
The Early Childhood Education Program of Study the Early Childhood Education Program of Study at Albany State University prepares candidates to teach all academic content areas to young children grades pre-K through 5th grade. Each graduate will receive a Bachelor of Science in Early Childhood Education, as well as the State of Georgia Induction Level Certificate in Early Childhood Education. Before we recognize the face-to-face candidates, please allow me to recognize the virtual candidates who are not here. I'm going to read each of their names in recognition of their accomplishments. Lacey Ansley, Brittany Beck, Courtney Beecher, Matthew Beecher, Alana Edenfield, Callan Fowler, Austin Fudge, Sarah Gilliard, Tiffany Lassiter, Hannah Owens, Chastity True, Shelley Wilson, and Anza Wilson is in visual and performing arts. He's graduating in music. So could I get a round of applause for their accomplishments of our virtual people? Thank you. Will all of the early childhood education candidates please come to the left of the stage? Will those individuals who will pen the candidate please come to the right of the stage? I'm going to introduce Rachel Slappy first. Rachel Slappy is an early childhood education major with the highest GPA in the program. She did her school assignment at Lee County Primary School, with the principal is Debbie Devane. Her cooperating teacher was Brittany Anderson. Rachel is being penned by Miss Brittany Anderson, her cooperating teacher. I promise those pins will give you a real treat. Rachel will acknowledge the rest of the early childhood candidates. Okay, good. I'm gonna step right back here if you wish, okay?
Next is Laurel Carter. She is early childhood education. Her school assignment was Dorothy Haynes Elementary School in Augusta, Georgia. The principal was Miss Rachel McRae. Her cooperating teacher was Miss Stephanie Ramos, and her university supervisor was Dr. Carolyn Medlock. Laurel Carter is penned by Katrina Collins Clark, her mentor and former cooperating teacher. Next is Mayana Edwards. Her degree is Early Childhood Education. Her school assignment was Lincoln Elementary in Albany, Georgia. The principal was Shara Williford. Her cooperating teacher, Miss Lolita Jenkins. Her university supervisor was Dr. Medlock. And Mayana Edwards is penned by Miss Lolita Jenkins, her cooperating teacher. Oh, and Miss Lolita is not here today, so Dr. Medlock will be pinning Mayana. Michaela Hooks, degree in Early Childhood Education. The school assignment was Live Oak Elementary School in Albany, Georgia. The principal was Dr. Shanika Williams. Cooperating teacher, Miss Nakila Adams. Her university supervisor was Dr. Tony. Michaela Hooks is pinned by her mother, Monique. Melissa Lamons, degree in early childhood education. School assignment was Northside Elementary School in Cairo, Georgia. The principal was Dr. Cheryl Larkins. Her cooperating teacher was Miss Monica Austin, and her university supervisor was Dr. Carolyn Medlock. Miss Melissa Lamons is pinned by Dr. Wanda Allen, her mother. Brianna Pierce. Her degree is in early childhood education. Her school assignment was Lamar Reese Elementary Magnet School of the Arts in Albany, Georgia. The principal is Dr. Angela Shoemate. Her cooperating teacher was Miss Moody. Her university supervisor is Dr. Carolyn Medlock. Brianna Pierce is pinned by Mr. Norman G. Pierce II, her father. And that concludes all the early childhood education majors.
Thank you for giving them a last round of applause. Thank you.
The middle grades program of study at Albany State University prepares candidates to teach two of the following academic content areas: English, mathematics, science, or social studies, 4th through 8th grade. Each graduate will receive the Bachelor of Science degree in middle grades education, as well as the State of Georgia Induction Level Certificate in middle grades education. Will all middle grades education candidates please stand and come to my left of the stage? Will those individuals who will pin the candidate please come to my right of the stage? Our first candidate is Miss Bailey Denard. Miss Denard completed her school assignment at Robert A. Cross Middle Magnet School here in Albany, Georgia. Her principal was Dr. Thelma Chun. Her cooperating teacher, Holly Strickland. Her university supervisor was Dr. Carolyn Medlock. And Bailey is being pinned by Mrs. Joyce Mims. And Mrs. Mims is her grandmother and retired educator and principal. Bailey has the distinction of earning the highest GPA in the middle grades program for this graduating class, and she will be reading the names of the other candidates right now.
All right, our next middle grades candidate is Jamel Harris. His degree is in middle grades education. His school assignment was Robert A. Cross Middle Magnet School in Albany, Georgia. Principal, Dr. Thelma Chun. His cooperating teacher was Ms. Mandy Dozier. His university supervisor was Dr. Carolyn Medlock. Jamel is being penned today by Ms. Jada Smith, who is a family friend. Our last candidate, Ms. Kayla Wilson. Her school assignment was Radium Springs Middle in Albany, Georgia. Principal, Mr. Stephen Dudley. Her cooperating teacher is Ms. Sandra Jones, and her university supervisor was Dr. Tony Owusansa. Kayla is being penned today by Ms. Brandy Bailey, who is her mother. And that concludes the middle grades education candidates.
Good evening. The Music Education Program of Study at Albany State University prepares candidates to teach music to young children, grades pre-kindergarten through 12th grade. Each graduate will receive the Bachelor of Science degree in Music Education, as well as the State of Georgia Induction Level Certificate in Music Education. Will the music education candidates please stand, come to my left of the stage? And I believe I'll be pinning this individual. Oh. Correction, someone else will be pinning. Our candidate is Mr. Jason Belk. His degree is Visual and Performing Arts Music Education. His school assignment was Mitchell County High School. That was in Camilla, Georgia. His principal was Mike Simmons. Cooperating teacher, Nketia Collins. His university supervisor was Miss Jillian Baxter. What's your name? And he's being penned by Ms. Collins, Nketia Collins. A hand for the graduate.
As I reflect back over these last 4 years of undergraduate, I can't help but to start off by thanking God, my family, my friends, my cohort, and my department for being my support system and for helping to build the woman and educator I am today. These last 4 years have not been easy for myself or many of us. When everybody told me after I graduated high school that college would be some of the absolute best and worst years of your lives, they were most definitely right. Whether it was dealing with death, anxiety, depression, failed accomplishments, financial burdens, and so on, we are all here and made it to this point of our lives for a reason. We all serve a purpose and have been called to make a difference in our students' lives. When deciding on my next steps after high school, there was no doubt about pursuing college and what I would major in. From a very early age, I knew I was destined to work with children in an educational setting. As an educator, you are more than just a teacher or a lecturer. You are a role model, mentor, confidant, and so much more. I aspire to be an educator because I am a firm believer that education is highly essential to the empowerment of our youth. I define a professional educator as one who provides a supportive and positive learning environment that promotes student engagement, encourages student motivation, and creates sparks within young minds. It truly amazes me to see how much we, as a cohort, have grown throughout these last 4 years and how close we've all become. My family away from home. I don't know too many cohorts who hang with each other outside of the classroom. From all our memories in room 183, our Chick-fil-A runs, calf dates, going shopping during our breaks between classes, and then hollering tail trying to get back to Khadij's class, and even marching to Dr. Porter's office with our many complaints, I will forever cherish and miss every moment of it. After college, I plan on furthering my education while also helping my students attain theirs. I am happy and proud to announce that I have accepted one of my job offers as a kindergarten teacher for the Richmond County school system. Tomorrow is a very important and special day for us. We all have worked so hard for this moment in our journeys to become educators. You should all be extremely proud of yourselves and your accomplishments. I wish nothing but the absolute best for each and every one of you and all your future endeavors as an educator. Thank you. Thanks, Laura, for saying everything I needed to say. Well, you guys, we're here. It's very emotional for me. I said I wasn't going to cry. I'm going to cry later on, probably tomorrow, on the big day. But I'll do the reflecting part on my end since Laura just gave, the grand thing. When I first got to college, I had an idea of what I thought college would be. Yesterday, we had our KDP final ceremony, and it was myself, Dr. DeQueer, and Dr. Stafford. So we were just talking, and Dr. DeQueer asked me what did I think college would be like, and what was it like now that I was graduating. I said, well, I had this idea that college would be like this big board. The professor would write everything. You would try to take notes, and you look back up, and everything would be gone. And then I found out that wasn't like that, especially with our specific major. The professors really care about you, and they really want to see you succeed. And I like the fact that it's very few of you all, and I haven't really interacted with all of the professors, but the ones that I have interacted with, I appreciate the care, and you can't get back anybody's time. So I do appreciate the time, the professionalism all the time, replying to all of my emails when I would ask you all a trillion questions, Dr. Midlock. And us eating in class, especially me, in Dr. Medlock's class with my chicken Alfredo. She allowed me to do that, so I appreciate that. And you all, this is the end. I wish everyone the best of luck wherever you all go. And I appreciate my professors. I appreciate parental support, support from other family members, and, the prayers, especially the prayers, because college was not easy. It wasn't easy at all. But I know somebody somewhere was praying for me because I've been through a lot with the death, illness, and everything in between. So Like I said, thank you all to everyone here, to everyone watching, and congrats, y'all.
Well, good afternoon again. Let's try that again. Good afternoon again. All right, so you should be excited. You won't have to hear me fuss anymore, so give me an applause. So I know you ought to be happy. If no other reason, you won't hear me fuss, Jamel. Okay. All right, I'm here. You're here because you are standing on the shoulders of giants. And I know that there are wonderful professors and all throughout all of the departments at this great ASU. But let me tell you, if you hadn't heard, the greatest of the greatest in the School of Education, and I just need for these great folks to stand up. Come on, stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up. You know who you are, stand up. Now, students, you stand up and look at them and stand up, stand up, stand up. Come on, say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, professors. Couldn't have made it without you. I know they think they did on their own, but contrary to popular opinion, they made it because of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, what I am here to tell you about the highest GPA for the students in the different areas. The highest early childhood education goes to Rachel Slappy, main campus. Why y'all so solemn? Come on now. The highest middle grade, Miss Bailey Denard. Won't bring me anything to eat, but come on. Bailey would just let me fuss, and she would just say, yes, yes, yes. And we have Miss Aja Woodson in music education. She's not here, and we will make sure that she gets it. And I think a couple more that's not here. Chastity True on the Cairo campus, early childhood education. She is not here. Okay, and Matthew Beecher in early childhood education in the Waycross campus. Congratulations, students. We are so proud of you. And don't you forget this great ASU. You stand on the shoulder of giants and represent and represent and represent well.
Hello again. I'm Dr. DeQueer. I'm one of the faculty coordinators and advisor, rather, of the Kappa Delta Pi International Honor Society in Education. And this honor society was founded in 1911 to foster excellence in education and promote fellowship among those dedicated to teaching. For over a century, the Honor Society has consistently grown, starting with a local chapter to become the international organization it is today, with an initiated membership that exceeds 1.2 million educators around the world. As faculty advisors of the ASU chapter of Kappa Delta Pi, Dr. Stafford and I are excited to present honor cords to all graduating members. Will the graduating members of the Kappa Delta Pi International Honor Society in Education please stand and walk to the right of the stage? Our first graduating member is Ms. Laurel Carter. Ms. Carter serves as president of Kappa Delta Pi and led our chapter through the coronavirus pandemic. She is an early childhood education major who passed both GACE teacher certification content tests at the professional level. She is a Merit Scholar, honoree in the Vilma Fudge Honors Program, and member of TEACH. She is graduating summa cum laude at tomorrow's graduation and earned a 3.5 or higher GPA in every semester of her college career. Ms. Carter has accepted her dream job of being a kindergarten teacher in Augusta, Georgia. Ms. Laurel Carter, our president of Kappa Delta Pi, you have earned your honor cords. Our next graduating member is Ms. Bailey Denard. Ms. Denard is a middle grades education major and serves as treasurer of Kappa Delta Pi. Ms. Denard has earned the highest GPA of the graduating class for middle grades education. She is on the dean's list and will graduate cum laude at tomorrow's graduation. She is a member of Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society, Alpha Kappa Mu National Honor Society, and TEACH. Ms. Denard has already accepted her dream job of being a 6th grade social studies teacher in Worth County. She has the special distinction of graduating with dual certification. She will graduate with a bachelor's degree and teacher certification in both middle grades mathematics and middle grade social science. Ms. Denard, our treasurer of Kappa Delta Pi, you have earned your honor cords. And if we can have Ms. Laura Carter come back on stage and we'll take one group photo. Thank you, and please give a final round of applause to all the graduating members of Kappa Delta Pi International Honor Society in Education. On behalf of the faculty coordinators, myself, Dr. DeQueer, and Dr. Stafford.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Janice Carthon, Dr. Janice Carthon. I'm currently serving as the interim chair of the School of Education, and I have been asked to give some closing remarks. To the faculty, mentors, friends, and family members, Thank you all for being here and taking the time to support our new teachers through the pinning process. In closing, I would like to share a few words of advice to our new teachers. Show gratitude. You would not be here today without a great deal of support from your faculty, family, and friends. Challenge yourself. Being challenged in life is inevitable. Being defeated is no option. Take care of yourself. Work-life balance is important. Albany State University faculty and staff are here for you. I think I can speak for my fellow faculty and staff when I say don't hesitate to reach out if you need us. Also, we want you to support the School of Education as future guest speakers, beginning teachers' mentors, or any other roles to support us and our future graduates. Thank you, Dr. Matlock, for your leadership and those who played a role in the planning and the delivery of the 2021 pinning ceremony for our new teachers. Congratulations, and before I say enjoy the rest of your evening, there is refreshment for you in room 172. So once you go out the double doors on my right, you make a right, and then you can find 172 for refreshments. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of your evening.